Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali, this is my radioactive reparations rant. And when it's a rant, it's just because the emotion to speak is so unignorable that you don't really prepare. You're just speaking from the heart. But I did line up different photos, and I don't think this will be long at all. Just to highlight, there's a brand new reparations offer on the table in San Francisco for $5 million. Good Lord. I'm just thinking of all the black people who are struggling, who are going to figure out a way to struggle their way over to San Francisco. Now, these are photos of a topic that has been utterly it puts us to sleep, which is those damned orange skies. Now, if I use profanity in this, my apologies, but I am really pissed. I was the only black person, I'm quite sure, anywhere on the planet, which is not a compliment to us. I'm about us, not about me, even though, I'm about me to keep myself healthy and content in my life, and I've managed that, so I'm good. And so I'm about us now. And so that's not good when you have one black woman. I love being a black woman. I love being a woman. So I'm not upset that my voice doesn't carry very well. However, the fact that puts all of us in danger, that upsets me. That's a whole nother category of lives involved into whether or not I am successful in getting you to wake up. When you have a phenomenon such as the entire region goes orange, and there have been plenty of fires, and I've been looking at them fires all over the friggin' place. Ain't nobody's whole territory gone orange. And I made sure just to highlight, the fire's over here. And this, I do believe, I'm not sure about the different bridges on the West Coast, but this might be the San Francisco bridge. That's usually orange, but now everything else is so orange you can't tell anymore. And there was a fire over there, but there ain't no fire over here. And nothing of the sort has happened. There are only places where anything even remotely like this have happened are the places that were slammed by Fukushima fallout. This ain't gone away. This was in the vegetation that was burning. Thereby, it is in the food. And as most of the radiation that came down from the atmosphere went to the ground, it's still on up in there. It's just in lesser amounts. And so you can't burn radiation up. It stays mutagenic. It stays just organ eviscerating for upwards of hundreds of billions of years. Uranium-238, they used it in bullets. So, look up depleted uranium, babies. That stuff stays volatile to your DNA for hundreds of billions of years. And you don't need massive quantities of it in order to be affected by it. Everybody keeps going on about the heart attacks happening to our youth as if it's a new phenomenon, and these guys are liars. They even put articles up there. Oh my goodness, all of a sudden we have sudden deaths. That's why they took down my channels, because I had documented that this was happening long before what's happening. I even broke down the science of it. And due to my reading, I've only confirmed that I knew exactly what I was talking about so that I could go consult the doctors who worked in Chernobyl and prove that Every organ is affected according to the level of radiation you are taking in. And so for us to be dropping dead of heart attacks, and nobody's mentioning all the creatures dying that started dying in the Pacific Ocean, because you got people out there passing the other lie that, oh, it's the Wi-Fi. It's the Wi-Fi. It started in California. You ain't seen no skies like this anywhere. What is this the Wi-Fi? Is this the Wi-Fi? Hell no, it's not. And so now you got folks up there who are just supporting. You know what? I don't support reparations because it's a bribe. And that's why a lot of folks, our folks are going to be moving on out to California because they want to take that bribe when ain't another city in the U.S. offering anything of the like. It is specifically to move population numbers that'll be 100% black, right? And so this is the radiation. That's all that it is. It's changing everything. When you can have atoms, these elements, it's not chemicals, and they say that because they understand people don't know. And so they're saying, oh, in California only, they have warning signs on all seafood products that these chemicals are known to cause birth defects, mutations. A birth defect means that, maybe it'll be gone. No, when your DNA's mutated, it's mutated for good. I don't mean for good in the sense of that mean. I mean forever. Right? And so they have these signs warning against eating seafood because they don't want to be sued. At the end of this, you don't see those signs anywhere else. And so it's a bribe. No, I don't support reparations because of that, because we are still out of power of our own destiny as a people. That's what we need. We need to have a separated voice so that when there's someone like me who shows up, I don't get sequestered into a dusty corner in the back of social media. When I'm the only one who's giving you what will save your life. It's that simple. Damn. And mark my words, we know these devils communicate through their media, which is a new form of oppression. Because we do not have the ability to control our own narrative, with these folks just eliminating opposing voices to their lunacy. And so this is an old video of mine that I've got almost all of them archived, and I'm so glad, because you can't find this article, nor can you find this photo anymore. The headline, now the chocolate can become extinct. Sounds like they would be so happy to have chocolate go extinct. No, this was an announcement of their glee that they plan on slaughtering all of us. But they can't just do it outright. They're doing it with the sea moss. Now I see since maybe I got that warning out there, they're flipping over to the mushroom coffee, which mushrooms also gather up massive quantities of radiation, and you shouldn't be eating them anyway because they are a shade organism. They're not even a plant. And they carry just obliterating to our melanin amounts of nitrogen, right? So you shouldn't be eating them in the first place. But now I see a slew of black folks out here pushing mushroom coffee. And no longer, the sea moss, we don't look so good if we do the sea moss, because even though we're going to pretend we've never heard of the radical sister, whenever I hear somebody talking to another black person and they say, oh yeah, the radical sister, they say, oh, her? I know her. Right? And so they're finding ways to get us to just cooperate with their genocide of us, and our ignorance is going to make that real easy. Because when you go looking, I went looking for this article. Can I find this article? I just found these things which swear that chocolate's going to be extinct by 2040. But when I go to the images, I can't find that particular article, because that one was a little too obvious. That's for the slow Satanists, okay? And they took it down. That's what they do. That's why I am so glad I got the notion in my head one day to read some daggone books telling the truth about man-made radiation. And they keep changing. They keep changing the reason for all of this. I watched a documentary on Netflix about the fires. And just like when they did a documentary about 3 Mile Island, they mention the real reason in 1 second, and then you never hear it again. And it's just some random person in the crowd with 3 Mile Island who mentioned how you're eating the radiation. And in this documentary about the fires in California, they mentioned, all of a sudden, the sky went orange, and it was just the random witness. They know you're not going to give that voice any authority, just like you don't give my voice any authority when I've read more details about man-made radiation than almost, I would say, hands down, even any nuclear physicists who happen to be black. I think there's 1 or 2. I understand this better than they do, right? And so in this documentary, they also had the one person mention orange skies at the very beginning of the documentary. And then you never heard a word about it again. Whoa. These dudes are killers. What I'm reading about Chernobyl, I'm like, they know. They went in and they stopped the doctors, the nurses who were testing the food, were testing the people so that they could help them get rid of the radiation. I don't come here just to freak you out. I'm come here to tell you there's cures. And that's why they don't want you to know about this crap. There's cures. And they stop them and replace them with the World Health Organization and International Atomic Energy Agency hand-chosen stooges, so that they will lie and tell the people, oh, no, it's all in your mind. You're paranoid. No, this is the science, right? Damn. So I put this photo up here because they had one reason for the orange skies and the fires after another. This one was, it was those power towers they have, the electrical towers. Ain't never seen a fire being started by an electrical tower anywhere on earth. And dear brother, step brother, who was an electrical engineer, told me no such thing. Those things are not put together that way. And then they started blaming, these random people setting fires and forest fires. Show me where you have had a fire. And there's pyromaniacs aplenty on the planet. Show me where the skies went orange. Not a single place. And then they blamed Rocketdyne. But they had to get rid of that one quick because it was nuclear, right? And they don't want to, and no, don't talk bad about nuclear, okay? An old nuclear power plant where they used to purify plutonium for their bombs. They said, it suddenly caught fire. Stop it. Trump was president during all of this. When this fire and these orange skies popped up, he ordered, all the way over in Washington, D.C., radiation sniffing helicopters up into the skies over Washington, D.C., because they know what this was. And so when the truth is staring us in the face, we don't glaze over. All right? All right. That's enough of me ranting. Hopefully you'll share this. You'll go to 25,000yearcycle.org and support the only platform that is here to actually rescue you. You'll find my books, the Fukushima t-shirt designed by brother Chris Miller. You'll find my soaps, which are amazing. I was out running the other day and I saw a brother, I can't say his name, but he has a powerful brother. And he just bought my soap. And I said hi to him. He's like, oh my goodness, sister, your soap is amazing. It's moisturizing, but it's not oily. It lathers and it smells great. Ringing endorsement. And also that I'm the only one who's going to share this with you. Ringing endorsement, because we need our food tested. And these devils will never do that. That will be of benefit to the entire planet, not just black us. And let me just put it out there. I don't wish anybody any harm, of any race, any nationality, any tribe. They do. We love you. They don't. Peace and blessings, family.